Hi friends, it's Natalie here. I'm just going to be popping on my ball. Did you guys get your ball? Did you? I asked you to. And as your trainer, I hope that you did. My ball needs a little bit of air. I want you to know it does. And so I'm going to lower this a little bit and I'm going to come down here. Down, down, down. And here we are. Let's do a check-in. Let's take this beautiful banner. We're going to do little bits, but let's check in. Got my feet on the ground. I'm wearing sneakers down here, but we can do this barefoot as well. It's really great to get in the ground and really do some barefoot work. Okay, I want you to consider that. That's something to think about. Do you not like to go barefoot? Are you comfortable exposing your feet? Not a good or a bad, just information. We're connecting in with our somatic feels. Soma, in the body. We're not thinking it out. Let me think about that. Think. Oh, well, that's our ego. Our ego checks in and our ego does the thinking work. Yeah, that ego saved us. Those defenses help us. I'm not saying rip that away and throw that out. No, but let's just tuck that right here in my little chair over here. Now let's feel. Oh, we're thinking, okay, just sitting in the chair. Let's come back to feeling. Feel, sense. We got the ground. Stomp, stomp. Mind. We've got the feel and the flow. Think about your water. Let's take our breath. Let's do 3 breaths. 6 up. At the crown. Maybe we pull a little bit. Out for 9. Becoming like you don't even need to count because it's part of you now. Here you are. Come in. Welcome to Manipura, illustrious gem, 3rd chakra, the right to our own personal power, the shadow of shame. Now I say this and I stay in a pretty basic, I come with the shadow, I come with the right. Yes, we can really expand on that. There's always room for growth and work here. But I want to keep this right to the point and we just keep going. So I've asked you to think about who held the power or what held the power in your family when you're growing up. And to even expand on that a little bit as we're coming in and we're going to just be moving more, I'm going to ask you to place your hand right here. So we've got our rib cage. We can feel the lower ribs. Find that eye center. And I had said earlier in one of my videos, that there's no muscle here. That was a bleep. There is muscle here. It's just that in our solar plexus, our like point of power, right? The life force chi. There's a lot in this space. There's actually no organs behind it. So the muscle is what helps us not collapse, but rising up. So let's just push on it a little bit. Let's try that. Is this soft and spongy? Sometimes it can actually make us a little nauseous depending on where we are. And then when we're activating and we're really moving up the energy from the ground to the water and then bringing it up into the fire, puppy panting, maybe it's not good or bad information. The soma is speaking, the somatic feels sense. So in this right to our own power, how was that? Did you have a very overprotective mother? I was one of those. Did you have free, it's okay, whatever you want, what do you want? Did you have just like a non-authoritarian family? Not blame, everyone's up, comfortable, I'm taking care of them. Just information. What was it like? Come in here, come take yourself and say, what was it like growing up? And how do I now access my free will, my choice? Am I at choice? Am I thinking, what will others think? How should I do it? I should do that. I should do that. Just noticing the information. What about the I want to do that? What about the, that sounds like joy. Sun, the light here in this yellow. What brings you warmth and joy? What makes you filled up with happiness, hope? What helps you release some anxiety? You can hold a lot of anxiety here. This is why I ask really to consider movement. Move. So when we want to think about how we can activate, we have the puppy pants. I've done the wood chopper. We've done the punch punch. Now I want you to actually, for some of you who don't know this, we do these. Now we're in the ground, we're holding our core, we're rolling on the ball if you're using your ball, or maybe you're on the ground on a yoga mat, maybe you're standing. I hope you try the ball because it automatically, I have to start engaging my core. And I really struggled with like not holding my own core very much as a child. A lot of this shame. I will share more with you about that. And I can now. But what I want to say is as we're coming in to the crown, being pulled like a marionette, and we're pushed on the ground. Here we are. What's it feel like pushing a little in here? And then create that muscle. Just firm up. The white light, really our light, our chi. For me, I say our soul. This real protected, honoring space. And when we have locked trauma and charge, it's because our body is protecting the most sacred spot. Now we hold. And as I've shared with you, I've got blocks. Now I've cleared them. I'd love to say, I'm good now, all done, call it a day. But it's a neuromuscular lock and my body can go back to those energy patterns. Something happens, oh, I feel it. Oh, I'm pulling up. So I come back, I use the breath. I'm repeating myself over and over. It's really important. At one point, you're going to click with this and be like, I got it. We're using the breath, we're using the ground, we're breathing, we're connecting with others. That's very important. I talked about the right to our own needs in the second chakra, but the identity in the third is really autonomy and then self coming back out into choice of others. Did you have friends that you chose at this stage? Did you play with the neighborhood kids? Were you allowed to go out? When you said, no, I do it myself, tying my shoes, going out to the bus, did you have parents who were like, no, you can't do yourself, me, and they took that on? I'm saying when I've told you about how I raised my kids, I had a lot of trauma. I raised them a lot in fear without telling them that. So they've got some will stuff. We've worked through it, and they've let me apologize to them, and I know I've shared that with you. I didn't do this because I wanted to take their power. And now you know why, and I've shared it. But as I help empower myself, come back to myself, and hopefully really do my best to model this behavior for myself, for my children, my husband, my family, my clients, whomever is watching this, you're part of this story for me, part of this self journey for myself. And I get to do this because I can. And I want to invite you into this place and start considering this is the sit-up chakra. So here we're on the ball. We're just going to step back. We just rolled back. I had this workout group years ago with the teachers in the school that I worked in. And we would work after school on this ball. Little did I know we were really doing our third chakra. So now you can lay all the way back on the ball and then come up to that just right spot, because you can really feel when you get engaged and locked. And so here you are. And now, as you're watching the video, come on, get your ball. Come on, guys. And I want you to just really holding the core so we're not activating and not supporting our lower back, really thinking about it and coming. Here we go. Now we're just going to hold up even. Coming up. Shining with our fingertips bright. Here we are. And now I'm going to step back. Now this is going to be a quick video. I'd like you to practice this a few times a day. You know, I keep these balls. I've got one in the living room. I've got one in the bedroom. I've got one here. If one of my childhood best friends watching this, she's got one in a box underneath her bed. I hope she pulled that out, blew it up, and I hope she's watching this right now. I don't want to throw shade, but my girl from 6th grade, I know you know, pop that out, hop on. And even now, we're going to do some fun stuff. You've seen, we're going to lower back, do the sit-ups, and I asked you to pick a number when you're doing the punch. Pick that number and do the sit-ups too. And then really start noticing the adding on each day, a little bit more. And so if you're in this place where you're like, oh, I didn't do anything, I say, maybe you did. You're breathing, you're listening, you're hearing, you're moving through, and you're at choice. So today's not a day that you're going to do this. Well, then tomorrow, or at least by the next day, because if you're part of this program, I've asked you to give yourself an effing break, but I've said day 3, let's get this party started. So now here we are. We can walk back again. We can do some. We can use our hands here. I'd love you to start really connecting. Not these soft fingers, these fire. This is the fire. So we're firing up, firing up. Really start doing it. Say, firing up, firing up. You could even say, Natalie, shut up. I can't stand this anymore. Now stay right in this lock thing. Okay, you could say that to me. You asked me to come here. I came. I get the job done. That's my powerful will. I'm here for you. You're here for you. Whoo, I feel the burn. Walking back. How's that ball? I'd like thumbs up that you got your ball. So here's some movements. Next time, we're taking our feet off the ground. That's right. We're going to start actually just activating and really considering holding on, holding on. Here you go. Now, your feet are up in the air. Feet, feet. And then pretty soon, your hands are up. I put my feet down. You have to take a breath in. Here we go. And then start firing it up. Start finding the balance. I'm just tapping my foot on the ground each time. Each time. Because I don't need to wipe out and fall. I don't need to push so hard. I've done that. Done it. I've done yoga and been like, how could I get so hurt in yoga? Because I was like, I will do every pose or else I'm not doing it right. Shame. Shame blanket. And now I say, oh, I can hold on here and I can hold on here. And I actually can get even a stronger core. And I can switch. Look, I have choice. And then even now, maybe I can put a leg out. And then another. And then when I'm ready, deep breath in, use the breath, hold the core, and I can let go. Namaste, my friends. The right to your own power. 20 minutes. I still have this little cut on my finger. I like this pointer. Mwah.